It's the ship of Theseus! Oh my gosh!
My friends and I decided to start a small, homegrown theater company. We are Stargazers Theatre Ensemble, and we're writing, producing, and performing a play about a group of young people going on a journey. But we're going on our own journey as we work together to make sure this show actually happens. And you get to join us.
Just glittered everywhere.
Mr. President, but...
Bleep that out if you have to.
We got into the space a few weeks ago, which was very exciting, also very scary at the same time because it became very real once we were in the place that we were performing. So that's really when we started adding all of the elements together. We added all of our acting, all of the blocking, which is something that us as actors, we're really good at. So that was the part that I think a lot of us were very excited to kind of walk away from the bigger, harder projects and kind of do something that feels safe for us.
We had so much time, I think, where we were writing and we were doing the behind the scenes work, logistics, planning, all of that. And then when we got in the space, it was kind of like we just jumped off that diving board. And we're just like, I don't know where we're gonna land, but here we go. And it was really nice to know that I did have the safety net of everybody else. Because I trust everyone else so much, and I know that like I can rely on everybody who's part of the process. So it was definitely that sensation of free fall, but I was like, wherever I land is gonna be okay, because I've got a lot of other people to support me and catch me.
We allotted about like a week for ourselves to block the entire show, which is already pretty quick comparatively. Normally you'd have like 2 or 3 weeks to block a show. We did it in 3 days. So we didn't even use the whole week, and then we basically went right into like full runs of the entire show, which is pretty insane from an acting perspective. But something that makes our ensemble so unique is just that we have been an ensemble for 2 years already. So the scene work and stuff is kind of a breeze for us.
What was that like for me?
Yeah.
So it was stressful, but it was good because we have a tight-knit group of people. We all kind of help each other out. We calm each other down. We bring each other up. And usually we would have a longer rehearsal time, but we wrote the whole show, so we kind of know the show so well that it was just easy to kind of just jump right into it. And I mean, with only rehearsing for like two to 3 weeks, I mean, we are doing very well, and we put together something amazing. So I think it was stressful, but it's fun because we know it so well because we wrote it.
The whole process has been just a bunch of fun from the get-go because we were the ones writing it. So we kind of got to do like a version of scene work and like playing off each other during the writing process, which is why we felt really ahead of the game going into the scene work, because we'd already played with a bunch of stuff with all the people that were in all those scenes. But then just getting into space, getting into costume, and really getting into character, you just get to do even more. So we find even more places where we can play off of each other, add little bits, and just add nuance and just reactions and stuff like that.
When you're actually in the space and you have the room to fight, and you have the room to do music, and you have the room to hear what your voice sounds like in the space, it's always entirely different. When you're sitting like in my living room, reading it around a table, you only know what it's like around that table. But when you're up and you're moving and you can do all your facial expressions and hear what it sounds like when you scream really loudly, which I'm not going to do right now, it's so incredible and makes the show come so alive so quickly.
I got a lighting binder, and I wrote down all the cues in the binder, kind of what I wanted to see happen on stage, like every other lighting designer wants to happen. And then come tech day, we only had 1 day of tech, which was fun and stressful, but it was awesome. We were there for probably 13 hours, which usually happens with big lighting shows. But I mean, it wasn't as stressful as I thought it would be. It was really an honor to be able to lighting design my first show after doing a couple classes in college. But it looks very beautiful, and everybody on stage looks great in those colors, so I think it's going to be a really awesome turnout.
I'm Jill, and in the show I get to do a lot of the fun sort of side characters that move the protagonists along and present obstacles to them in their adventure and journey. So one day I came in and we blocked all of my scenes. So in one day, they sort of told me where I should go, and we sort of all figured it out together too. And it all came together in one day, really. And then after that, I was doing runs.
I mean, it's just been an honor to be a part of the show with great people, and also doing a big thing behind the scenes to create the magic of the show. Not just, puppets are awesome and costumes are awesome, music's awesome, but doing lighting too is just something near and dear to my heart, and it was cool to bring color to the show.
Seeing this, like, from when it was just an idea to when it was words on a page to now, like, being on its feet, I feel like it's like a child that we've all been raising together. And now it's like taking its first steps out into the real world, which is very exciting. So it's kind of like my baby's all grown up, but also I'm co-parenting with like 4 other people. So it's hard to describe, but like I'm very proud, I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited too, all at the same time.
We did a 2.5 hour show for 11 rehearsals. That's crazy.
Yeah. We're trained professionals. Don't ever talk to me or my son ever again.